Ric Flair recently returned to WWE television to be a part of the Sasha Banks and Charlotte storyline. Triple H is the person who pushed for Ric Flair to come back to WWE, but at the same time, Triple H is also scared for Ric Flair's health, and there's many reasons why he is scared. So in this top 5, I'm going to count down the top 5 reasons why Triple H is scared for Ric Flair's health. Ric Flair is currently 67 years old, and he's going to turn 68 in February 2017. I would say it's totally fine for Triple H to be scared about Ric Flair's health when you have a man who is near 70 going out to and being near the ring every week, even though he doesn't wrestle anymore. It's still dangerous. Back in 2014, Ric Flair suffered 2 hernias, and he also started to have intestinal issues due to the hernias. He actually had to have 3 operations. Now, just because Ric Flair had surgery on his hernias doesn't mean that he couldn't have more. Almost every time that Ric Flair is on WWE television, he takes a bump. He gets pushed, he gets knocked down, he gets punched in the face. And one of the reasons why it keeps happening is that Ric Flair still wants to wrestle. Even though he's 67 years old, he still wants to wrestle for the WWE. He wishes he would have never retired. One time, Ric Flair took a bump during a match that involved Charlotte. This was when Ric Flair was managing Charlotte. After Ric Flair took the bump, Charlotte actually went up to Ric Flair and actually chastised him for taking the bump. Obviously, this bump was not pre-planned, and Charlotte was very upset about it. Back in 2013, Ric Flair suffered from multiple blood clots due to flying. Luckily, he did recover from the blood clots, though. Now, the issue with this is, Ric Flair could still get more blood clots, because now he's flying again. And this is how a lot of people get blood clots. And Ric had blood clots in his legs, which a lot of people get from flying too much, because their legs are constricted into one position for the entire flight. There have been many incidents involving Ric Flair and drinking, and according to a report by the Inquisitor, his drinking may have gotten out of control. Triple H is worried that Ric Flair parties and drinks too much, and the main reason why Triple H brought Ric Flair back to the WWE was so that he could basically have an intervention with Ric Flair. One of the most recent incidents of Ric Flair's drinking, and there's been many, was at a Boston airport. Pictures of Ric Flair were leaked on the internet, seen sleeping in the airport and looking intoxicated. Flair was not arrested at the airport, but he was spoken to by police. A couple weeks after this, we saw Charlotte break up with Ric Flair on television, and during this, Ric Flair broke down crying live on television. Now, whether Ric Flair was taken off television because of this incident, we don't 100% know. He has issues with alcohol. Triple H isn't the only one who notices this. Vince McMahon and other WWE officials are worried about Ric Flair's drinking. Ric Flair has actually signed a contract that lasts until 2018. It looks like Triple H, Vince McMahon, and the WWE are willing to give Ric Flair a second chance. If he has any alcohol-related incidents, I doubt he'll be with the company for very long.